Hello dear students, welcome back to online biology bridge course program. In the today's video, I am going to explain about the two interesting microorganisms. One is viroid and another is prion. In the previous video, I explained about viruses. So viruses are made up of both outer protein capsid and they contain the genetic material. The genetic material may be DNA or it may be RNA. Bacteria are able to cause diseases. Viruses are able to cause diseases. Even fungi and some protozoans are also able to cause the diseases. Apart from all these microscopic organisms, two more microscopic organisms able to infect the organisms are present, but in the recent years the disease caused by them is not reported. So let us study about viroids and another group is prion. So what are viroids and who discovered the viroids? Viroids are single-stranded, circular and non-coding RNAs that infect the plants. They replicate in the nucleus or in the chloroplast. It is the definition of viroid. What is viroid? Viroids are nothing but circular, single-stranded, non-coding RNA. Every term is very important. Circular, the shape of the viroid is in the form of ring-like structure. So here it is referred as circular. Single-stranded, it is made up of only one chain, therefore single-stranded. Another term is non-coding. That means the RNA which is present in the viroid, it is not giving message for any particular process. The messages are not given by the RNA. Informations are not given by the RNA. Such RNA is called non-coding RNA. And viroids are able to infect only plants. They are unable to infect the animals. The viroids are able to cause the diseases only in the plants. And very important point is that in the viroids, the protein coat is completely absent. It is represented by only circular, single-stranded, non-coding RNA molecule, and it is able to infect only the plants. Once the viroids enter into the plant, either they replicate, that means they increase their number by multiplication inside the nucleus or inside the chloroplast. What is this chloroplast? Chloroplast is green pigment storing cell organelle, and the green pigment which is present in the chloroplast is called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis, and chlorophyll is present inside a cell organelle called chloroplast. Therefore, the chloroplast is a site of photosynthesis. Once the viroids enter into the plant body, they increase their number by the multiplication process. That multiplication itself is called replicate, producing similar copies. Exact copies are produced through the process called replication, and replication occurs inside the nucleus or inside the chloroplast. And here is the image how these viroids appear under electron microscope, and in the image you can see the circular structure. Shape is circular and it is made up of single-stranded chain, and the RNA which is present in the viroid is unable to give any message. It is not giving any message, hence it is called non-coding RNA. and viroids are capable of infecting only plants, and viroids replicate in the nucleus as well as in the chloroplast. Then, about the discovery of viroids. The credit of discovering viroids goes to Theodore Otto Daner. Theodore Otto Daner, an American plant pathologist, again the term plant pathologist, pathology, the branch which deals with the study of diseases. If it specifies the diseases of plants, the branch is plant pathology. If it is specifying the diseases of animals, animal pathology, and in medical field there is human pathology, where the study about only human diseases and causal organisms is studied. So pathology means study of diseases. Plant pathologist, Agriculture Research Service in Maryland in 1971, he discovered the viroids for the first time. Theodore Otto Daner, he discovered the viroids for the first time. As I told, the viroids are capable of infecting only plants. They do not infect the animals. The one very interesting fact about viroids is that viroids cause potato spindle tuber disease. Otto was studying about the spindle tuber disease. This is a normal shape of the potato, and potato is called tuber. It is modified underground stem for the storage of food. The tuber or the potato which we use as vegetable, it is nothing but modified underground stem, and this particular structure is called tuber. And look at the shape of potato after getting infection from viroid. This shape of potato is resembling that of a sweet potato. Sweet potato means genasu anta artha. So here the shape of the potato has completely changed. The shape has become tube-like, and this is due to the infection caused by viroid. That is why name of the disease potato spindle tuber disease. Shape of the potato has changed like a long tube-like structure, and this is due to the infection from viroid. Actually, Otto was studying the cause for potato spindle tuber disease. What is the reason why the shape of the potato tubers have changed? And during that discovery, he discovered the RNA molecule which is capable of infecting the plants, and it is responsible for changing the shape of potato tuber into spindle-like structure, and name given for the disease is potato spindle tuber disease. So this is about viroids. Viroids do not contain protein coat. Viroids are unable to infect the animals. Viroids are made up of only single-stranded circular non-coding RNA. Virals are capable of infecting only plants. When they enter into the plant body, the viroids increase their number either in the nucleus or in the chloroplast. The credit of discovering viroids goes to Theodore Otto Daner, and he discovered the viroids during the identification of cause for the potato spindle tuber disease. When potato plant gets infection from the viroid, the shape of the potato tuber changes. Instead of this normal tuber shape, the potato tuber gets elongated shape, that is due to the infection by viroid. So this is about the viroids. Like that, one more interesting microorganism, it is about prions. Prion is unique type of infectious agent, and here it is made up of only proteins capable of causing fetal dementia like diseases in man and animals. even though they are microorganisms, but I think they are more advanced than we people. See, virus has both protein and genetic material. Either it contains DNA or it contains RNA. But viroid does not contain any protein coat. It is having only RNA. Without protein coat also it is able to infect the plants. Here the condition is totally opposite. Prions does not contain genetic material. Here it is mentioned. Prions do not contain either DNA or RNA. That means prions are completely without genetic material. They don't have a genome. Then what it is made up of? Prions are purely made up of only proteins, but these protein molecules are able to cause the fetal dementia like diseases in man and animals. That means if man or other animal gets the infection from prion, the brain is affected. Central nervous system, brain and spinal cord, these parts of the body are affected, and there will be impairment in the functioning of the brain. Loss of the memory will occur. Total brain functioning will be affected. There will be change in the functioning of individual because the infected part of the body is brain. Fetal means leading to death. Finally, it results in the death only, but prions are unable to infect the plants. Viruses are able to infect both plants, animals, humans, as well as for the bacteria also. Viroids are able to infect only plants, and prions are able to infect only man and other animals. And here is the image of Stanley Prusiner, and credit of discovering prions goes to Stanley Prusiner. Stanley Prusiner discovered the prions for the first time, and prions are unique infective agents. Unlike viruses, bacteria, fungi and other parasites, prions do not contain either DNA or RNA. That means in bacteria, virus, fungi, even other parasites, other disease causing organisms, they contain DNA or RNA as the genetic material. But in case of prions, the genetic material is completely absent. The prions are represented only by the infectious protein molecule, and when prion enters the body of organism, the target organ of infection is brain, and it results in fetal dementia like diseases. Remember, prions are able to infect the humans as well as to other animals. So last sentence about prion. Mad cow disease is a fatal disease that slowly destroys brain and spinal cord. Both of them represent the central nervous system. It is a part of nervous system. In cattle, it is also known as bovine spongiform encephalopathy. The short form is BSE. What it means? When prions enter the body of man or other animal. So here the example of cattle is taken. Both cow and buffalo together referred as cattle. It infects the brain as well as spinal cord. Once the brain is infected from prion, it becomes a sponge-like structure. It becomes porous. Hence the name of the disease is spongiform. Infected brain appears like sponge. It is a solid structure, but brain becomes porous when it is infected from prions. Hence the name is spongiform. Then bovine. Cattle are collectively known as bovine. So both cow and buffalo together they are known as bovine. Encephalopathy, disease of the brain. Cephalic region means head region, and head region contains the brain. So when brain is infected from prions, it gets the appearance of sponge, and finally it results in a dementia leading to death of the infected individual, whether it is man or it is other animal. So wherever the prion infects, even though when it infects the brain of man, the man's brain, it also gets the appearance of a sponge, and the disease of brain is known as, or head region, cephalic region. So here the combined term for the disease is bovine spongiform encephalopathy. In short, it is known as BSE. So these are two more microorganisms capable of causing the infection. But in recent years, the infections of prion and viroids are not reported. So bacteria are able to cause the diseases, viruses are able to cause the diseases, viroids are able to cause a disease only in plants, and like that prions are able to cause the disease only in case of man and animals. That means prions are unable to infect the plants, like that viroids are unable to infect the man and animals. So this is about prions and viroids. Hope the explanation is clear for you. Thank you.